Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're installing a sump pump and a sump pit, footer tiles inside a very, very small crawl space, not much headroom. It's already flooded, and you can see just from the small clips here, this is day one, and we are just covered in mud. This red clay is so saturated with mud that everything sticks to it. Our cameras, our hands, our shovels, everything, you're just covered with mud. This is a project that you could do yourself, but there are some times that it's actually better to pay a company to come in. An average install in a crawl space like this, anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. If you do it yourself, you just buy materials, still around $1,000. On this job, there are actually 4 men working. The first day, all we could really get done was to trench the footer tiles and set the sump pit. We also cored the wall, but we'll be here for another day to go ahead and bring the gravel in. And we're going to bring it in gravel by the bag because you're on your belly in here. You are really crawling along. Kind of wanted you to just see how muddy and what a flooded crawl space really looks like. A lot of the videos I put up, pretty simple jobs, and a homeowner can definitely do that themselves. However, there are times that you may want to pay a company. So let's go ahead and take a look at this job.
Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains. We are down here in a small crawl space. You can see, can't even see my head. And we've been working, putting in a sump pump, sump pit, and footer tiles. Over here's our sump pit, and the footer tiles, they run all the way around. Really muddy under here. We'll take a picture when we come out so you can see all the guys. Okay, so you can see we've went ahead and put our footer tile in here. You can see it runs all the way back. It actually goes back about 100 feet around the wall there. You can see a good flow of water already starting through our trench. Comes around the corner, and it's going to empty into our sump pit right over here. We've already cored the wall. You can see the 1.5-inch pipe that's coming through the wall. We've had to pump it out a couple times because you can see just how muddy this area is. Mound of dirt, we'll have to move that. Trench goes back underneath of that vent, the hard duct, all the way to the wall. So next we're going to set up our sump pump. We'll be able to keep this water out of the pit. A little bit more trenching to do, but we've almost. Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're installing a sump pump, sump pit, footer tiles around the inside of the crawl space to keep that water out. Of course, this crawl space is flooded. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is actually set our pump down in the low spot, pump the water out. We've already drilled through the wall to bring our PVC out. We just need to pump that area out. We're also trying out a new pump today, another Zoller product. This is the H2O Pro. Great little pump. 1/3 of a horsepower, sets up exactly the same way as the M53. We're going to start with a male threaded 1.5-inch adapter. It just screws right in place. We just put it on there hand tight. Next, we're going to put a riser on there. We'll glue that up. But for right now, I'm taking this pump down in the crawl space. We're going to lift the water up and pump it out through the hole that I just drilled. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we set up our H2O Pro, and you can see the flood that's in this crawl space. It's really flooded, so we're just going to keep kicking it on. Lift up that float, and just keep pumping. We got to get this water out of here so that we can actually trench. It's going to take a little while. Okay, so we're going to set our pit up. The first thing we're going to do is cut this nipple off. We just use a hacksaw. Just cut right through there. There's 2 of them. Because we're bringing lines in both sides of our pit, we got to do both sides. Next we're going to go ahead and perforate the pit. We just put a drill bit on the drill. The reason that we perforate the pit is because because we want the water to flood into the pit. Also, the pit's like a boat. We don't want it to float up out of the crawl space of the hole. So drill several holes in the bottom. Then lay your pit on your side and just start going around the side of it. Basin, liner, whatever you want to call it. Back down in the crawl space. We try to get as much stuff done outside as possible because it's really tight down in the crawl space. Okay, let's go down below. So we're just the last few feet, got a tunnel underneath this vent, and you can see that on the other side, maybe you can see on the other side over there, he's just got about a foot to go. This is a really tight crawl space, as you can see, hardly any room to work. You can see the water coming to the trench. He's got about 6 inches more to go, and that water will flow all the way over to the pit. It's really tight underneath this crawl space. You can see to get underneath the vents, the ductwork. And if you take a look, you can see it's just really muddy under here. Lots of water. But if you believe you can do it, I guarantee you can. You definitely get muddy. Once you get muddy under here, it's really not so bad. Let's go ahead and crawl out. I'm almost to the door. Take a look. You can see when you're down that crawl space, everybody gets really, really dirty. Not much you can do about it. The reason I'm showing you the mud is because, again, you know, once you get in there and you get all dirty, I don't know if you can see me or not, but once you get in there and get all dirty, it's really not so bad. Yeah, it's definitely a mud pie. It's mud, but just keep digging, keep your smile. It's nice if you got good workers, good friends to help you, but guarantee you can do it.